area of Florence Henderson. Carol Brady from the Brady Bunch. It says she lived from February 14th, 1934 to November 24th, 2016. Beloved mother of 4, cherished mom to millions. Forever in the hearts of her family, friends, and fans. Definitely, Mrs. Brady. Nobody can forget that iconic role that she played. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Well, I am still here at Pierce Brothers in Los Angeles, California. I'm getting out of the sun for a minute because it is a hot day again. And we're gonna go roam the grounds here, the very small grounds, and see what other celebrities we can find. So let's go. I'm sure you guys remember this name, Karl Malden. He was a very versatile performer, mainly in supporting character roles. He appeared in nearly 100 motion picture, television programs, and theater productions since the late 1930s. He was born to Yugoslavian parents in Chicago, Illinois, and was raised in Gary, Indiana. And then spending a few years working in the local steel mills there. He made his Broadway debut in 1937, The Golden Boy. He made his big screen debut with a bit role in the 1940 picture They Knew What They Wanted. After returning from the service in the United States Army, during World War II, he would resume his acting career. During the 1940s and 50s, he kept busy alternating between theater and films, appearing in such classic stage productions as Winged Victory, Key Largo, All My Sons, The Desperate Hours, and A Streetcar Named Desire. And in 1954, he teamed up with Marlon Brando on the classic picture On the Waterfront, for which he won an Oscar nomination. In television, he teamed up with Michael Douglas on the Streets of San Francisco TV show from 1972 to 77 as Lieutenant Mike Stone. In addition, he appeared in a series of memorable commercials for the American Express card. Now that is what I remember him from, those American Express card commercials. He received an Emmy Award for his performance in the 1984 television movie Fatal Vision. He served as the president of the Academy of Motion Picture and Arts and Sciences from 1989 to 1993. And here is the grave of Walter Matthau. God, you guys have known him, The Odd Couple, with Jack Lemmon, and countless other shows as well, and movies. He was initially a character performer, but he rose to the leading man status in the 1960s and 70s. He played a wide variety of roles, from villains to gruff but lovable characters. He co-starred with Jack Lemmon in several pictures and became associated with playwright Neil Simon's works. And he was a gunner aboard a bomber with the United States Air Forces during World War II. And it says he enrolled at the dramatic workshop of the New School for Social Research in New York City and studied under legendary theater director Erwin Piscator. He had a wide range of just roles. You know, he was in The Odd Couple in 1998. You know, he was in Grumpier Old Men. I think that's my favorite role of him. It was in Grumpier Old Men, definitely. I loved that movie. It was hilarious, I thought. And it says he is here at Westwood Memorial Park, not far from his longtime co-star and friend, Jack Lemmon. So we'll maybe try to find Jack Lemmon at some point. In here, there's some areas that are kind of gated off, and it says no tourists. So maybe some of these guys can be, you know, inside some of those private areas too. But Walter Matthau is right here on the main road as you drive by. And supposedly to the left of Walter Matthau, from what a picture I've seen, this unmarked grave is supposedly George C. Scott, who played Patton in 1970. And I was reading that George C. Scott, when he played General Patton in 1970's movie Patton, he was the first person to refuse the Oscar for it. And in this beautiful little fountain area with cremations and some ground burials, it looks as though, we find the area of Florence Henderson. Carol Brady from the Brady Bunch. It says she lived from February 14th, 1934 to November 24th, 2016. Beloved mother of 4, cherished mom to millions. Forever in the hearts of her family, friends, and fans. Definitely, Mrs. Brady. Nobody can forget that iconic role that she played. She was born Florence Agnes Henderson and was best known to television viewers as Carol Brady on the ABC television show The Brady Bunch. It went from 1969 to 1974. And it says also she grew up in rural Kentucky and received her high school education at St. Francis Academy in Owensboro, Kentucky. And later on moved to New York and studied acting at the Academy of Dramatic Arts. She made her stage debut in 1952 in the musical comedy Wish You Were Here, and that same year was cast in the lead role of Lori in the national tour of Oklahoma. Her other stage credits include title role in Fanny from 1954 to 1956, Maria in the national tour of The Sound of Music in 1961, Anna, The King and I in 1965, and Nellie Forbush in South Pacific in 1967. And her popularity on the stage led her to numerous appearances on TV variety shows as well as game and talk shows. She was the first female guest host on The Tonight Show in 1962. Her actual television debut came in 1955 on the television series I Spy. Besides The Brady Bunch and its several spin-off television movies and reunion specials, her other televised credits include The United States Steel Hour, Medical Center, The Love Boat, Heart to Heart, Fantasy Island, Murder, She Wrote, Dave's World, and 30 Rock. She also hosted television cooking shows Country Kitchen from 1985 to 1993 and Florence Henderson's Shortcut Cooking from 1998 to 1999. She also appeared in several films during her long career. She was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1996, and her cause of death was heart failure, and her ashes are here at Pierce Brothers. Florence Henderson, one of the most iconic TV moms ever, and that's probably the role that she is, of course, known for out of all her roles. Here's the grave of author Ray Bradberry, 1920 to 2012, the author of Fahrenheit 451. He had stated upon graduation from high school that instead of going to college, he was going to go to the library to further his education. His most popular books were Fahrenheit 451, Something Wicked This Way Comes, which that was a crazy movie back in the day, The Martian Chronicles, Dandelion Wine, The Illustrated Man. And some series he had put out was Greentown and Crumley Mysteries. Do you guys remember that HBO show called Ray Bradberry Theater? That it was his stories and whatnot. It went from 1985 to 1986, and then it went to the USA Network, and it ran for 4 additional seasons from 1988 to 92. But for sure, I remember Ray Bradberry Theater on HBO, and that was a good show. I liked that show. I'd always tune in every week to watch that show. Something Wicked This Way Comes, that was a badass story as well. But that was Ray Bradberry. I know a while back, I had run across a grave in a different cemetery with the last name Bradberry, and somebody was asking me, is that Ray Bradberry? Well, for whoever asked that question, there you go. I showed you the man himself. This little garden area is beautiful. Let's walk around here and look for a minute in between our celebrity spottings here. This place is just gorgeous. I love the fountains in here as well. Here's Florence Henderson again. Hello, Florence. Very relaxing in here, very calm and serene. And some of these areas are off limits, they're locked, and a lot of times there'll be a sign that say no tourists. Like this whole area over here, I'm not even sure who all's in here just because of the gate being locked and no one's allowed in there. And in this section over here is Sylvester Stallone's son, Sage Stallone, May 5th, 1976 to July 2012. And it says he was an actor and a film director. He was the oldest of Stallone's 5 children and co-starred with his father in 2 films. He made his debut as an actor in the film Rocky IV as Rocky's son, Rocky Balboa Jr., and also appeared with his father in Daylight. In the same year, he co-founded Grindhouse, releasing a company dedicated to preserving and promoting the B-movies and exploitation of films of the 1970s and 80s. He went on to work in a number of films, including Promises Written in Water in 2010. But that is Sylvester Stallone's son right there, Sage. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you are digging this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and click that bell icon. Therefore, you can be notified of all of my future uploads, guys. It was a pleasure. Still here, looking for celebrities. Who am I going to find next? You'll have to tune in to see. Talk to you later.